What's happening, crypto traders? Today we're diving deep into JUP token, and this analysis is absolutely crucial because we're at levels that could define the next major move for this Solana ecosystem powerhouse. If you're holding JUP or thinking about getting in, this breakdown could save you serious money or help you catch a massive opportunity. JUP is currently trading around 48 cents, and let me tell you, we're sitting in one of the most interesting setups I've seen in weeks. This token has been through some serious price discovery, and we're now at levels where the smart money typically starts paying attention. Here's what's happening right now. JUP has pulled back significantly from higher levels, and we're testing what I consider to be a critical support zone. We're talking about the area around 44 cents to 46 cents. This isn't just any random level. This is where we've seen major buying interest step in multiple times before. The current setup shows us sitting in oversold territory, but here's the key, we haven't completely broken down. The price action is showing signs of stabilization, and when you get this kind of setup in a token with strong fundamentals like JUP, it often leads to explosive moves higher. Looking at the next 3 trading sessions, here's exactly what I'm expecting. First, I'm looking for an initial bounce from these levels that could take us back up to 49 to 50 cents. That might not sound like much, but it represents a solid 4 to 6% move and sets the stage for what could come next. If we get that initial bounce and it holds, then I'm targeting the 52 to 54 cent area. This is where things start getting interesting because we'll be testing some significant resistance that's been holding this token down for a while now. But here's where it gets really exciting. If JUP can break through that 55 cent level and hold it, we could see a massive push up to 57 to 58 cents. That's a potential 20% move from current levels, and that's the kind of opportunity that can really impact your portfolio. Now let's talk about the levels that absolutely matter. On the downside, 44 cents is our first major line of defense. This level has been tested and held, and it's where I'd expect to see serious buying come in. If we break below this, the next support is at 41 cents, which is a more significant psychological level. But the level that really matters is 39 cents. If JUP breaks below this area, it changes the entire narrative, and we could be looking at a much deeper correction. However, based on current conditions and the stabilization we're seeing, I don't think we'll get there. On the upside, 50 cents is our first real resistance. This is that big psychological level where we might see some selling pressure from people looking to get out at round numbers. The next major resistance comes in at 55 cents, which has been acting as a ceiling for weeks. The big prize is 62 cents. If JUP can get back above this level, it opens up much higher targets and could signal a complete reversal of the recent downtrend. We're talking about potential moves towards 70 cents or higher if the momentum really builds. From a volatility standpoint, expect some serious moves. JUP typically sees daily swings of 8 to 15%, which creates incredible trading opportunities but also means you need to be really careful with your position sizing. This isn't a token for conservative investors, this is for traders who can handle the heat. Here's my trading strategy, and this is exactly what I'm doing with my own positions. If you're looking to buy, I'd wait for any dip back to the 44 to 46 cent area. That's where the risk-reward becomes extremely attractive. Your stop-loss would go below 41 cents because a break there suggests something more significant is happening. For profit targets, I'd take some gains at 50 cents, then more at 55 cents, and if we really start moving, 57 to 58 cents is where I'd be looking to take the majority off the table. If you want confirmation before entering, wait for a break above 50 cents with strong volume. That would signal that the bounce is real and we're starting a legitimate recovery. I'm tracking 2 main scenarios here. The bullish scenario, which I give about a 65% probability, involves bouncing from current support levels and testing the resistance areas I mentioned. The technical setup and market structure suggest this is the more likely outcome. The bearish scenario has about a 35% probability. This would involve breaking below 44 cents and potentially seeing a move down to 41 cents or even 39 cents. While this is possible, the current price action suggests it's the less likely path. What makes this setup so compelling is the asymmetric risk profile. We're buying near strong support with a clearly defined risk level, while the upside potential is substantial. When you can risk small amounts for potentially large gains, that's what professional traders call a high probability setup. The thing about JUP is that it moves fast when it decides to move. These Solana ecosystem tokens can explode higher in a matter of hours, not days. The Jupiter platform has real utility and strong fundamentals, which gives this token staying power that many others lack. Looking at the bigger picture, JUP is still trading well below its highs, which means there's significant room for recovery if market conditions improve. We're talking about a token that's down over 70% from its peak, so the potential for mean reversion is substantial. But let's be realistic about the risks. Some models are suggesting potential downside of 20 to 25% if things go wrong. The DeFi space is volatile, and external factors can impact prices regardless of technical setups. My base case is for stabilization at current levels followed by a bounce that tests the resistance zones I outlined. The weekly chart is showing some really bullish patterns that suggest buyers are stepping in at these levels. The key levels you need to watch are crystal clear: 44 cents for support, 50 cents and 55 cents for resistance, and 62 cents for the major breakout level. These numbers will determine where JUP goes next. Position sizing is crucial here. Don't put more into any single trade than you can afford to lose, especially with something as volatile as JUP. The opportunities are real, but so are the risks. Remember, successful trading is about managing risk and staying disciplined. Have a plan for both scenarios, if the price goes up and if it goes down. The setup looks promising, but the market always has the final say. What do you think about JUP at these levels? Are you seeing the bounce potential, or do you expect more downside first? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if this analysis helped you understand the setup, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more crypto breakdowns. This is exactly the kind of opportunity that can make a real difference in your trading results, so stay focused and trade smart.